Mumbo tank, mumbo-jumbo, mumbo tank. This has always been one of my favorite builds of Mumbo's from about 4 years ago. I've always wanted to build it, but he never had a tutorial exactly for what he did. And so I set apart, taking apart and seeing how he did it. And so I'm going to show you how he did it, and we're going to build some of our own. And then afterward, I'm going to show you how to shoot it. This actually shoots TNT. Ready? Mumbo's tank looks scary, but it's broken up into 9 major pieces. Let's take a closer look at some of them. So the first one is the main engine. This is the 4-stage engine. So this is going to have these 2 pistons and these 2 sticky pistons go push, push, pull, pull. And it gives us a 4-stage engine, which is what we need for the tank treads. Now the tank treads are divided into 2 pieces. This is what I call track engine A and track engine B. So we're going to have this piston right here. It's going to pull on this block. And we're going to have the glass down here, and this is actually going to be pushing the B. Part 4 is the track engine right here on the front. This, in addition to looking nice, also is an important part of keeping the track going. So as it pushes these down. Right here, he added a decorative barrel on the front. This is pushed by this piston right here. So this would be pulled down and it would sit above. There'd be a 1-block gap between this and these slide blocks. Part 6 is the side armor. The difference is on the other side, there's not going to be a sticky piston. So you don't need to have another sticky piston right here. But that's going to be the part that pulls the rest of it, which is this commander hatch or cockpit. This has an L shape of slime right here, and using that, it has this which pulls the rest of it, and all of these which are pushed along. So the final pieces are the TNT launcher. His TNT cannon right here has this part which ignites and launches. And then we have this part, which is going to actually pull this along. He made these symmetrical just because it's decorative, but they don't have to be symmetrical. You only need one of them. And this is going to keep it so that it hits this and pushes it out. And so it tips the TNT off this to make it go diagonally. This keeps it in so that it doesn't shoot up in the air and then just fall back down and blow up on you. Start off 1 block above the ground, put down 2 slime and a piston. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slime like this. We're going to go sticky, slime, sticky, slime. And this is going to form the back. And we're going to put the last piston on like this. Now to power it, we're going to want to have a block of redstone here and a block of redstone here. Now this is going to be butted so that it's almost ready to go. We're going to put an observer on this one and this one. And now we should be good to go. If we light this, now we can see that we've got a loop. So let's stop it with some obsidian. And what we want to do now is we want to put on the front, like this, which is going to include this slime block and then a piston here and here. And on the back, we want to be pulling here and here. And we're going to do that by putting a slime block here and an observer like that. So now you've got your whole engine. Now the track engines are easily the hardest part, so pay close attention. If you can get this down, you can do the rest of it pretty easily. So watch closely. We're going to run through this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here. And we're going to place an observer and a piston, an observer and a piston. Now this is going to pull the other part, which is going to be located right here. We're going to have an observer here that controls this piston that's pulling on this glass block, which is connected here. And then on the front, we're going to have another piston here that is controlled by this observer. And then we're going to have an observer here. And this is going to control a piston that we are pushing along using this observer. Now that's the whole thing. So let's run through this one more time on the other side. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Now we need to go forward and up and over. And we're going to go backwards like this, using an observer here. We're going to have a glass block that's controlled like this. We're going to have this on the front. And then finally, we're going to have an observer right here. And that's going to cause this sticky piston to fire. So that's it. If you can do that, you can do the rest of it. So Mumbo has an adorable front plate and barrel right here. So all he does is he does this right here. And we're going to have an observer here and a piston down. And make sure you put one here, going observer, and a piston down. And his barrel just looks like this. He just has a little T here. And he wants to use all 12 blocks, so he puts some gray terracotta, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. And black, and then another one down here. And that makes 11. And he wants to put this like a little antenna here, and that makes 12. Now it's going to start looking like a tank. because we're going to be adding the side armor on. We're going to put these 4 on like this, then we're going to have this here and an observer, and that's going to power this piston. Now we don't need to have a piston on the other side, but we can make it look symmetrical by adding a fake observer. That's right, we're adding a fake observer like this. Now the top is going to be like so. We're going to go and make an L like this, and we're going to have this block up here. What we're going to do is we're going to put this right here in a square, and he puts a smooth stone slab right there. What we want to do is we want to put an observer right here on these 2 blocks, like this, so that there is a piston pulling backwards. And that's going to do our TNT cannon. The TNT cannon looks like this. You've got these 2 here and this is going to ignite it and launch it. We're going to have this already in the up state, and we're going to be pushing this. We need an observer here, and we're going to put a Tetris piece like this. And this is going to power it so that we push this forward and we pull backward. So right here, we want to have a way for these, and so he makes it symmetrical like this, I believe. You don't have to have 2 of them, you just need 1. What we're going to do is redirect the TNT using that. But that's the entire build. You think it works? Let's see if it works. Now a neat trick is you can actually tread it on the go. All you need is to put in your 20 blocks you want to beat the tread, and you'll be good to go. So if I run along this line, and I go 1, 2, 3, 20, now you'll see that as it comes along, it will actually start picking them up. And that's all 20 of them. So if it stops like this abruptly, that's what you're going to have. But that's not broken by any means. That's just perfectly normal. So you can just go ahead and start it again, and as many times as you like. Now let's actually blow up some TNT. Woo! This is how you do it. This is a place to put the TNT, and so if you do it like that, it should always launch it. You should never fail, as long as it's on top of here somehow. It should be okay. Even if it has a delay like that. If it gets stuck, it'll just do it on the next go. Mumbo did a particularly good job on this TNT cannon. If you want to see his video, link in description, I give him full credit. If you want to see another video I did based on Mumbo design, see his bridge builder right here, or you can see Etho's shulker box sorter. Have a good one. See you in the next one.